Hello, welcome to my channel where we talk car history and I do my makeup. It's a little bit unconventional, a little weird perhaps, but I think it's a lot of fun. I love doing my makeup, but I also especially love car history. Today's story, we are going to talk about Bandimere. For those who don't know, it is a drag strip here in Colorado. It is 5,800 feet above sea level, which makes it the hardest track to race on because our air is thinner up here. So today, let's get into the story and watch me do some of my makeup. So for my makeup today, I'm just gonna go with a super subtle classic look, neutral pretty much. But for Bandimere's history, we're gonna do some basic info right now. It was a quarter-mile track. It also sat up 5,800 feet above sea level. The track had a cooling system in it, which I didn't know, which was very cool. And it had 12,000 gallon tank underground, and it would run the track and it would keep it cool by 20 to 25 degrees cooler. Let's get some concealer on here really quick. And I'm just gonna use my fingers. I use the ELF concealer. Love it, it's good, works, it's concealer. So, every Wednesday there was a test and tune. And I must admit, I did test and tune. Back in high school, I did a lot of racing. I had a 1993 Mitsubishi Eclipse, and I thought it was the bee's knees. I thought it was fast, and to my dismay, it was not. It was super slow. So I can pop up a picture right here of what it looked like during high school drags. I got a picture taken of it. So that was very humbling, to say the least. The track before it was Bandimere, it was called the Safety Proving Grounds of America. And I found that very interesting. And it was meant, the track was meant to be for teenagers. It was for people who didn't want to race on the streets, or it was to keep teenagers from racing on the streets as well. And that was John Bandimere Sr.'s goal when he decided to find land, which was back in 1957. Now, Jefferson County commissioners helped him find the land, which we know now as Hogback Mountain. In 1958, they broke ground on the track. Main goal was, yes, for teens and young people not to race on the streets, but also the full goal for the track was to have an oval track, garages for people to work in, and the garages were to teach the youth about repairs and high performance and high altitude. So that was some interesting facts. I didn't know a lot about Bandimere. I just knew that I loved going a lot. I did a lot of things at Bandimere. I had a boyfriend at one time. His little sister did junior drags. So every Saturday I was there with that family watching her race, which was very cool. So let's go forward about 10 years, and that's when Bandimere becomes sanctioned with the NHRA. The NHRA is the National Hot Rod Association. We're gonna go a little bit further into time, and in 1973, High School Drags was created, and the High Altitude Bracket Nationals was debuted in 73 as well. All right, got my base down. I use the Revlon Color Stay Full Coverage Foundation. Pretty good foundation. Maybe a little light for my skin tone, but we'll fix it with some contour. I am using the e.l.f. Halo Glow contour, and it's light to medium. Okay, so let's go to 1977. In case you're wondering, I have my notes here. I can't remember very much. I remember dumb stuff, but not good basic info stuff. 1977, Bandimere hosts the NHRA Sports National, which was Colorado's first NHRA event, which is very cool. And a lot of people went to it. Everybody found it very fascinating and very, very cool to go to. I remember my parents telling me that they've gone to a few of them back in the day. And back in the day, when you'd have to get to Bandimere, you would take a dirt road. There was no highway going next to it. Actually, it took 30 years from when Bandimere was built to have a highway. It's called C470, I believe. Yeah, C470. A little story that I read from John Bandimere on their website was they got to race all night long, all the way up into the morning. And they would do that every weekend. And how cool would that be to just race all night long? It would be so cool. I would enjoy it so much. I would never get sleep. Never. I would be exhausted, but it would be well worth it, in my opinion. In 1981, John Bandimere Jr., Bob Brockmeyer, which was a local racer, and Larry Crisp, which he was a facility manager, built the CompuLink timing system, which, again, I did not know. Had no clue. That is a very fascinating piece of information that I learned while doing the research on this, and I thought it was very, very cool. Because I always wondered, who came up with that? And that was in 1981, if I didn't say that already. And then in 1998, John Forrest runs a 301.70 mile per hour run, which he becomes the first 300 mile per hour driver in the mountains. Back in 2023, his daughter, Brittany Forrest, set the quickest pass on Bandimere's history of the track. She ran a 337.33 mile per hour run. I couldn't even imagine going that fast. Not even a little bit. I like going fast. I have fast cars. I enjoy it so much. But going 337 miles per hour, nope. I'm pretty sure I would suck that leather up and made a Hershey kiss. Not my cup of tea. I think I would poop my pants. The track used to hold up to 8,000 people. After its construction back in 1988, it can now hold up to 28,500 people. And according to John Bandimere Jr., the perfect reaction time isn't 0.000. It's actually 0.500. And the computers today has programmed to make it that way. So the perfect reaction time is 0.500, according to John Bandimere Jr. Some people might know that John Forrest and John Bandimere are good friends and have been for quite some time now. I read a story, actually, John Bandimere was telling a story about how John Forrest used to sleep in their basement because he didn't have very much money. And the first, I believe it was Wendy's, was his first sponsor to race, which was pretty cool. And I found that very fascinating as well. You're gonna hear me say that's fascinating quite a bit because, heck, it is. It's fascinating. It's fascinating history. I'm gonna go in with a nice, pretty light shade. This color right here, I believe there's no names on here. It's just a slight color. This is going to be the transition shade for my eyeballs. I typically put eye primer on, but the stuff that I bought is new and I do not like it. I am not a fan of it. It makes my eyelids sticky and I absolutely freaking hate it. So I'm just gonna go in with the big fluffy brush here and just sweep it back and forth, getting it done. As most of us know, and if some of you don't, Bandimere was set to close back in October of 2023. Rumor has it that the neighborhood across from C470, the highway, was complaining about all the noise that Bandimere was making. They used to go racing for till about 8, 9, sometimes 10. The last time I ran down that track was back in September. Yeah, so September was the last time I ran down that track. And it went till about 10 or 10:30. I'm not too sure, but it went past its time. But, you know, everybody was trying to get their last passes down that track as much as possible and as many times as they possibly could. So I could see the complaining a little bit, but if you're moving next to a racetrack, you should know that there's going to be noise, and everybody tried to be as courteous as possible, but still it just wasn't happening. So October 20th, 2023 was the last time anyone could go down the track, and they had a tree ceremony to take down the tree, which was sad. I watched it, and I did tear up a little bit because I had good memories there. Really good memories. John Bandimere and his family and all the employees and whoever showed up was able to walk down the track one last time. That was very emotional for everybody. Since October 2023, nobody's been able to go down the track. It's still standing today. We've drove past it a few times. It's still there. It hasn't been touched since then that I know of. I could be wrong now. I don't drive by it every day. We did just get word. I do follow Bandimere on Facebook and Instagram, and they have secured land in Hudson, Colorado. They stated that it may not be long before breaking ground. So the sooner the better would be fantastic. And rumor has it going around, which I've heard from multiple pages on Facebook and people, that they want to make it a big course. Oval track, dirt track, the drag strip, and a few other things. I'm not entirely too sure what it is yet. Another rumor has gone around is that they actually aren't going to be putting a go-kart there because there's no running water. There hasn't been running water there ever. There's always been porta potties and the little foot pump hand washers that you have to use. There was never any running water. And actually, fun fact about that is they actually had to use big buckets to use for the burnout boxes. So they used to have to use a bucket and dump the water in the burnout box, and then that's how they would get their water. And between the starting line and the tower, they used to use a rotary phone to communicate, but it was so bad and hard to hear that they actually had to start making signs with their hands. So, for example, oil and time trials, they all had hand signals to let them know what they were doing and what a car was going to be doing. So I'm gonna finish up my eyes here. Just going for a small smoky kind of look today. And so I'm gonna finish up my eyes, do my mascara, eyeliner, and put some eyelashes on, and then we will come back and do a conclusion. All right. Got the rest of my eyeshadow done, did my lashes. I do these half lashes because it is one heck of a time for me to put on big old false lashes. I can't do it. I hate it It drives the inside of my eye just to irritation, and I don't know how you guys do it, but you do it, so more power to you. I did my lips. I did it in the Cream Glide lip liner in e.l.f. Color Truth or Bear. And then one of my new favorite lipsticks is MAC Flesh Pot. I don't know where this has been all my life, but I heard really good things about it, tried it, and I'll never look back. I will always use that. Thank you for joining me. Thanks for watching. I know it's a little all over the place, but we'll get it in gear and get it a little bit more refined as we keep going. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Let me know. Have you ever been to Bandimere? Have you ever raced on it? Any other facts that you know about Bandimere? Any history, your own stories? Let me know in the comments section below. And please do subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.